Yo, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. Welcome to Protect the Show podcast. It's your boy Chris, where my opinions might not always be popular, but it'll always be authentic. Man, thank you guys for tuning in to Fan Talk Friday, man. You guys could be anywhere else, but you guys are kicking it with your boy, man. So much appreciated, man. Want to do a quick shout out to the Shield Squad already in the building, man. So everybody in the building, appreciate it. Got my boy T Severe in the building. He said, I'm here early to say this is about to be a fire show, man. Shout out to my boy Severe, man. It's my dog right there. Got my boy Ja Raider in the building. He said we could stop with all the Raiders moving reports. Came out, the Patriots won a lot. Stay put. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about all that, man. Shout out to Brian Rodriguez in the building. Got my boy Angry Uncle Artworks in the building. In fact, I'm going to take a second to shout him out, man. If anyone has any embroider needs, my man makes the patches. They're fire. Look at the detail on that, man. So definitely check out my boy Angry Uncle Artworks, man. He is fire what he does. He makes, patches, whatever you need, man. Good dude, Raider fan. He'll definitely take care of you, man. So shout out to him. Let's see. Got my boy Raider Transplant in the building. Angelo, what's going on, man? Thank you for coming through. Got my boy Leo in the building. Shout out to you. Eric, Raider Hater Hunter. Appreciate you. Raider Paul in the building. Got my boy Raider Zilla in the building. My boy from Ohio. Appreciate that. Got Rudy in the building. Shout out to you, boss. Got Dominique in the building. Ghostmaster in the building. Man, you guys are deep in here, man. I appreciate the love from the Shield Squad. Also, Evil in the building. All that, man. So I appreciate it. Oh, y'all said my audios are rough? Y'all can't hear me? Is my audio rough? Y'all can't hear me? Oh, shoot. That's bad. Let's see. How's my audio now? Am I still? Can y'all hear me now? Up, down? Say it's rough. Hold on. Check, check. Can y'all hear me? Check, check. Dang, let me check. Hold on. This any better? This any better? Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. Yeah, my bad, y'all. Just be patient with me real quick. All right, y'all, give me a second, man. I'm going to play my intro real quick.
It be that R, it be that A, it be that I, our defense bang. It be that E, it be that R, it be that S on our chest that got us far. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, just wanna be that hater. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders. Give me a stack, I'ma turn it to some racks. LA didn't wanna give us a home, but LV got us on the map. That be a fact, I've let it all on silver and black. Hard Carson and Mad Max got me in, but I've been down since the 90s. You don't want the black hole, homie, don't try me. Raiders roll deep, some say that we grind me, but we bring the revenue every time we grindin'. Third and summon, Wallace done. Brett Fro caught it and now he's spinning. Mariota on third, he's sprinting. R.I.P. Madden, Al Davis, and all of the Raiders fans that we lost since the beginning. It be that R, it be that A, it be that I, our defense bang. It be that E, it be that R, it be that S on our chest that got us far. We be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, we be them Raiders, just wanna be the hater.
All right, y'all. How I sound now? My Gucci? Thumbs up, y'all. Thumbs up, or let me know. I should be good now. Cool, cool. Well, shoot, I'm again, shout out to everybody, man, that's in here. Everybody, Shield Squad, appreciate it, man. And since I gotta give my boy his just due, man. So, my boy Angry Uncle Artworks. He does embroiders and patches and stuff like that. He's fire. Man, make sure you check him out if you guys want patches done, like for your hats or jerseys or whatever. Check him out. He's a beast, man. But again, thank you guys for being patient with me. We Gucci now. The devil ain't gonna stop us. Hey, I got some bosses in the building, man. Got some kings in the building that I highly respect, man. You guys know I always try to get y'all some good content, man. But before I get to them again, I want to shout out everybody that's in the comments again. Again, got my boy Leo in the building, got Raider Zilla in the building, Raider Paul, got Eric in the building, Angelo in the building, Brian Rodriguez, Ja, my boy T Severe, Dominique in the building, Ghostmaster, I see you, appreciate it, Rudy, all you guys, man. Got Also Evil, got Matt in the building, Archery Raider in the building. So all you guys, and I appreciate you guys letting me know about my audio, man, because I was out here looking bad. But enough of that, man. Let me get my boys in the building. Got my boy Big Mike Raider. What's going on, sir?
Yo, what's good, bro? Thanks for having me. It's been a long time coming, man.
It has, man. Hey, you know the crazy thing? The first time I tried to get on your show, I had technical difficulties too.
It might be me.
Yeah, man. You might be the bad luck, man.
Man, my bad in advance.
No, it's all good, man. All good. But I appreciate you stopping through, man. Man, also got my guy, Raider Ed in the building, man. What's going on, sir?
What's going on? Happy to be here, bro. First time coming on the show. I'm very appreciative of it, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So, first, man, I want to shout out y'all, man. I know I was talking to Mike in the earlier, man, before I started, man. So, I definitely gotta give shout out to Big Mike, and I'll kind of let him, tell you guys what he do anyway, man. But if you guys are not subscribed to Big Mike, I don't know what you're doing. Big Mike started a little bit before me. And like I told him, he was one of the people that inspired me, because right before the draft, that's when I really got hip to him. It was 30 days before the draft, and every day he did a breakdown of a draft prospect, 30 days straight, all fire videos. And I'm like, man, this dude puts in work, man. So shout out to you, Mike, man. Where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you can find me Big Mike Raider. You do a search on YouTube. It's the first thing that pops up. As soon as you do that, you'll see what I got going. I'm thinking about doing the 30 days, 30 prospects again. That was a real grind.
Yeah.
People have been giving me good feedback on that. We're in draft season, so stay tuned for that one. We might be running that again.
Yeah, that's fire. And tell everybody about kind of what you do with the Planet Raiders, man. I know because you write some fire content too.
Yeah, so Planet Raiders is still kind of, we had a soft opening early last season around the draft. We did some articles and stuff like that. Right now, we're trying to improve on the site, trying to get some more writers and trying to get logistics kind of sharpened at this point. And once we get that going, it will be back up. But yeah, stay tuned for Planet Raiders. A lot of stuff is going to be back in business very soon.
Cool. Hey, man, and then Raider Ed, man, someone that I really support, and I like what you got going on. I had the chance to be on the show with you on Big Mike's show the other day. That was fire. So if you guys ain't seen that show, you got to check that out. You know what I'm saying? We might get a check from Wendy's, but that's neither here or there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but Raider Ed, man, tell everybody where they can find you, man. What all you got going on?
Hey, me and my cousin, we are Raiders Primos. You guys may have heard of us, in the chat with during Big Mike's lives, during Graf's lives. You follow Mount Shillmore, we're in their lives. But Raiders Primos on Instagram, Twitter, or X, on YouTube. That's where you can find us. We just dropped a video yesterday of, again, continuing the conversation. So go check that out. Go hit that like button. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button.
Fire. I appreciate it, man. So got my boy AR, got my boy Avocasi Raider in the building. I appreciate all the love. Jack Ken in the building, man. Milky Beezy, a lot of my people in the building, man. So I appreciate it, y'all. But man, let's get to this Raiders talk, man. So and I'm not sure if this is just breaking, if I just missed it, but did Butler? Did I hear that Butler got we re-signed Butler? Someone in the chat said that, so I don't even know if that's facts or not, man. So if not, you guys let me know in the chat.
Let me look.
if so, I'm like that's cool. That's what I've been waiting on to hear that news. So if not, then it's all good. But speaking of the Raiders, man, so shout out to my boy Jacoby Myers, man. So he went ahead and restructured that contract, so he was able to save us $4.1 million in cap space, man. So I'm definitely happy about that, man. So I know according to and again, I don't know how updated this is, if this has this included, but so according to Over the Cap, it had us at 27.4. And then Spot Track, it had us at 28.3 as far as cap space. So again, I don't know if this includes Jacoby or not. So they may have to update that. But with that cap space, man, what would you guys like to see us do for the remainder of free agency with that money?
You know what, man? I would really like to see them bolster that offensive line. Now, especially at the guard position. I know that the market's a little thin at that right now, and we could answer that in the draft. But, the power and numbers with offensive line, man. You need more. The more, the better. The more, the merrier. I will go hit the trenches hard. And that'll be like the first thing I do, man. And corners, I mean, that's another thing we can look at. I mean, we're now to like the second tier of that second level of corners right now. So we can get guys for for a mid-level price for kind of a cheap too. So that's where I would go with the remaining. But it seems like this GM is real fiscally responsible. He's not just throwing money around to everybody. So which is pretty much the opposite of what we've seen in years past. There was a time where we had one of the highest, we were in salary cap. We had a bunch of money at some point, and we were just throwing money out. Corey Littleton kind of sticks out to me when we was just kind of, and things didn't work out, and then we ended up being the salary cap hell because of it. So, it seems like the GM is a lot more responsible with the money, and I wouldn't say he's being frugal, but just a little bit more responsible.
Yeah, no doubt. What do you think, Ed?
I think I gotta agree with Big Mike here. I think I want to see beef up the offensive line, or go get a corner. Now there's three corners in free agency that sticks out to me. Xavier Howard. I know anyone who watched Honcho and Graf and Wasted did that show. Honcho is not too high on Xavier Howard, but if it's not Xavier Howard, then I wouldn't mind going to get in the Dory Jackson, maybe a Stephon Gilmore, bringing in the veteran presence. I mean, our secondary is very, very young. So it will be nice to bring in a Gilmore to, be that veteran presence to really teach the young guys, maybe have Nate Hobbs and Jack Jones take that next step to really bring that potential out. I wouldn't mind going to do that. And on top of Telesco really kind of sitting back, I kind of like that. And I know Raider Nation has been kind of not really been impatient with him. But I kind of like this because, I mean, like Big Mike said, that Corey Littleton signing, like we looked at it like, oh, man, we got a dog. And then he gets it. He can't cover it for the life of him. So he is being a little bit more responsible with the money. He doesn't want to overpay players. But also another thing Honcho said, our miracle might be in-house. So maybe APN, Tom are looking at it like we don't really need to go out and sign anybody because Tom said it, I believe in an interview, he said they're free agents for a reason. So like let's pump the. It's only been 3 days, you guys, Raider Nation. It's only been 3 days.
Right.
The draft is in a month. Okay, week 1 is not next week. Okay, so it's like let's chill out on our GM. Like let's chill out. Let's pause a little bit.
And you know what? Like I saw a comment on somebody put the comment in the chat like we haven't done nothing. Well, I gotta disagree. I mean, we started off by re-signing Andre James, which was I said it on the show a couple days ago. I was like, that was probably one of the most underrated moves that we can make, considering the market. Say we let Andre James go and we move Dylan Parham over to guard. Now we're looking for 2 guards.
2 guards, yep.
Yeah, you got more problems. You got more problems than solutions.
So I would say that, we're not making the flashy moves, but you know what? This is not the NBA. This is the NBA where you got to bring in 5 superstars to make things happen. Yeah. You could bring in ancillary pieces and really get things moving. as long as the fit is right. And that's what we're going with, it seems like, is that we're making sure we're doing our due diligence into making sure that fit is right.
For sure. And I mean, and you bring up a good point because, especially some of the older fans, man, like we remember, how Al Davis used to approach free agency, like he's throwing the bag at people that's, past their prime, older, and, especially like at this time of the year, like at this part in free agency, like as time goes on, a lot of them, the asking price is going down, you know what I'm saying? So like that first initial, hotness of free agency, and once it cools down, you can start finding some deals and stuff like a Gilmore. I think Gilmore would be a good mentor for a Jacorian Bennett because I'm one of them people that I'm still high on him. I know he ended up getting benched, but I still keep remembering hearing how Devontae was talking about him because for one, Jacorian Bennett was like the talk of the camp last year. Like everybody's talking about how well he did, and he was like a student of the game. Like he would be, basically spending time with Tay, like, hey, how did you know I was going to do this and that? And, like stuff like that. For one, the cornerback is the second hardest position to play on the field, man. So, you may not get it right away. It may take some time to develop, but I don't want to close the door on him. I know a lot of people are kind of low on him, but I think he got all the tools to be great.
Not everybody is a plug and play instant starter.
Right.
Considering that we got him in the 4th round, like we gotta keep that in mind that this guy is still developing. He's still trying to learn the NFL speed. He's trying to learn the NFL game. He's trying to get acclimated still to Patrick Graham's defense. The guys that have been in under that defense for a number of years, you saw that they were successful. And that's because they had a good couple of years under that system and they got it. Things started becoming second nature. We saw this, this past year, most of those guys that we were talking about, like a Trayvon Merrick, Divine Diablo. Yeah, Diablo, he showed flashes of greatness at some point. But, a guy like Trayvon Merrick, the year before that, we were talking about letting him go because he just it didn't seem to fit under Patrick Graham. But that year 2 under the system, he was good to go. So look for Jacorian Bennett to kind of have that similar type of outcome this coming year. And, that's what I'm expecting. And, we're not throwing money around like the Commanders are doing. The Commanders are just throwing money around. They're just throwing stuff at the wall, hope it sticks.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a team like the Eagles or the Texans, now the Texans, they feel like they're in a situation where they can get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They were in the playoffs. They got the quarterback. Things are a little bit hot. So they're gonna be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, they're in win now mode.
Yeah, the Eagles the same way. So for us, we still got some building to do. And we're a lot closer. Yes, that's true. We're a lot closer than people think, but we still got some building to do and we gotta do it correctly.
Hey, Big Mike, it's like we gotta treat this offseason like we didn't make the playoffs last season. It feels like that's what the nation is treating it. Like we made the playoffs last season.
Right.
I get it. The defense finished ninth in the in rankings. But remember, this offense was terrible. Yes, part goes to Josh McDaniels, but how I want to understand from a Raider Nation standpoint, how are we going to complain about how the offensive line is and how the secondary was, how our interior was? And they addressed that. Not the offensive line yet, but the interior. They go get a Christian Wilkins. They bring in a Gardner Minshew to be maybe that bridge quarterback. I believe that there's a plan here in place. And I know people hate hearing it, trust the process. But like guys said, I'm not hitting the panic button 4 days into the offseason. I'm not, because we didn't make the playoffs last season. That's all. I want us to make the playoffs this season. I'm not saying, I said it in my show yesterday, if we make the Super Bowl, bro, of course I'm going to be happy. But is that my expectation?
Right.
No, that's not my expectation. My expectation is playoffs because I want to see improvement. If we don't make the playoffs, I look at it, we're right back where we were a year ago.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And
no,
hey, cut me off if you need to, bro.
No.
From January, these guys, the defensive line, they've been in the lab. They've been going to headquarters. They've been putting in the work. So we also got to keep in mind that the team that we had last year, these guys are coming back and they're already at work.
Thank you.
So we gotta trust that we got the right guys, we got the right fit. Now we added another dog. We added Wilkins. That's only going to make us sharper, but we don't need to add that many. I feel like we don't have to add that much because we got a pretty solid nucleus right now. Now, like I said, once again, trenches on the offensive end. We gotta address that. That's one thing we gotta address. Second running back. Those are the things that we have to address in the draft. If we can pick up, a low level, mid level guy, as far as like kind of depth piece for that offensive line, that's kind of what I'm rolling with too. So that we don't have all these. We have holes, but we're not in this basement to where we need to just do a full replacement and just throw money at people.
Right. No, I agree. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, people forget about the development factor, and plus the continuity that we have, with our defense, man, going into what was this, year 3 under Patrick Graham. Just think about the development we saw just in 1 year with Trayvon Martin, or Trayvon Martin, I'm tripping, Trayvon Morrick, and then also with Malcolm Kuntz.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just in 1 year we saw development.
Hey, bro, Chris, I was calling Trayvon Merrick number 25. I was getting tired of him. I didn't even call him by his name.
We all getting tired of him.
Yeah, like he would always be a second late. You know what I'm saying? Like before, but I think he did this. I mean, he made some good strides last year, and even I think Epps provided good leadership, and I think he's going to get better too. I mean, people don't realize in defense, man, you play better when you don't have to think. You know what I'm saying? When you can just read and react, that makes you better defense. So, they're going to me, that defense is going to step up even more. So I'm excited to see that. And people got to realize that, like the Jacorian Bennett's, Jack Jones came out of nowhere. Imagine what he's going to do with a whole offseason.
Yeah. Yeah. And the name of the game is continuity.
Yep.
The teams that win are a system. They have a system that's been input, and they've been doing it for a number of years.
Exactly.
And we finally have a situation where we're in the third year of a defensive system, and offense is going to be a concern because we got a new OC. That is going to be a concern. I am concerned about that, but defense, we looking at top 10 at the very least this time around. And that's the expectation.
Absolutely. So, just kind of going on to the defense, man, just I saw this interview with Maxx Crosby. It fired me up, man. Just kind of like where he is just mentally and physically. Let me know what you guys think, man.
Yep.
Right after the season, you had the knee procedure done. You got the hand and thumb procedure done. Last time I saw you had the split on. I just saw you don't have it on. Where are you in your rehab? You're talking about you in the facility already when you saw the guys working out today. Where are you in terms of your rehab?
I'm doing incredible. I started January 22nd, earliest I've ever been in the building. In an off season, I've been getting to it. I'm already back boxing. I'm able to throw this right hand in my training as well.
Oh, they can't hear it.
Incredible. I'm able to run in the treadmill, run in the pool, and I'm flying. My cardio is getting there. Back to, like I said, I pride myself on being the best in every category, and I know I'm getting closer to that every single day. So it's been an incredible offseason. I feel great. My knee's feeling great. My hand as well. So we got a ton of D linemen. We have almost 10 D linemen in the building already. We've been training for over a month now together and getting after it. We're focused on being the best in the world, and that's what we plan on doing.
I love that. I know some of you guys said you couldn't hear it, but were you guys able to hear it?
Yeah, the audio was a little bit low, but I still heard it.
Okay. Yeah. So what's your initial thoughts about that, man? Like, me personally, that gets me fired up, man. That's like, Max is just he just everything that we needed, man. But just, what's y'all's thoughts on that, man?
It's the culture. It's what we needed. It's that mentality. If you're gonna come here, we're coming. We're trying to win something here. We're trying to do something special, and it's led by Maxx Crosby. And you saw glimpses of it last year. I predicted that at the beginning of the season last year, where I felt like Maxx Crosby was going to take over this team, and we were going to see a level of intensity. Now, the level of intensity that I'm seeing now is way exceeding what my expectations were.
Yeah,
and it's good to see. And I think this season we're going to see, the fruits of his labor. And it's not just from him. It's going to be the whole team, the whole defensive squad. It might even spill over to the offense. Playing pissed off football.
That's what it's about.
Because the entire NFL is already. I mean, you got to have that mentality that they're counting us out. They're talking about us. That's all great and all, right? But they're still not giving us a chance because Kansas City's the champion. But remember, in December, we whooped that ass.
Yep.
And if things went certain ways, if we won a couple games here, a couple games there, we could have won that division. We definitely could have won that division. Chiefs weren't the Kansas City Chiefs of prior years.
Right.
The gap has definitely closed in, and I think that they know it. I think these guys know it, and I think whoever comes and joins us knows that the Kansas City Chiefs, they're looking in the rearview mirror and at the Raiders. With the decline of the Chargers, they had to give up some guys. The Broncos don't even have a quarterback.
Trash. Yeah.
There's only one team that they need to worry about, and that's us.
For sure. What do you think, Ed?
I may be 25 years old, but I remember the Lai Alzado type defenses that we had in the old days. And there was something that was said about those defenses. When the Raiders defense stepped on the field, you feared them.
Feared them, man.
You feared those defenses. Yeah. And that's what I'm getting from this Maxx Crosby interview, is that this defense is putting in the work, but they are, like you said, Big Mike, I think they're pissed off. They want to run this shit back. They want week 1 to start next week.
Yeah.
Against KC. They want to start off with KC.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We want KC week 1.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, Chris. Yeah. They want, it's like, not just we want week 1 next week. Send us to Arrowhead.
Let's go.
On Super Bowl championship celebration night.
Piss us off even more. Do the ring ceremony, fireworks.
Yep. Because there's an autumn wind that's going to be approaching Kansas City soon, here, you guys. There's an autumn, because that's like you said, Big Mike, it's pissed off football. Christmas Day, we felt that like this team was pissed off. They were done. AP literally said, "Enough is enough. Right. We're tired of losing to the Kansas City Chiefs." There's a time we whooped on them, and now they're whooping on us. And I like what Graf keeps saying. People keep saying that there's a rivalry between the Chiefs and the Raiders. There's not, because they've been whooping our ass for the past 8. It's like the Raiders and the Broncos. We've been whooping that ass for 8, like almost 6 years since we've been in Vegas for 4-5 years already. Yeah. They have not even beaten us one single time since we moved to Vegas. Yeah. So there's no rivalry there between us and Kansas City. But starting this upcoming season, that rivalry may be rejuvenated.
Yeah. I'll say this, man. I'll never forget the Super Bowl. Maxx Crosby standing there in his suite or wherever he was standing, game-winning touchdown. The face that Maxx Crosby made, like, I need to get to work.
Yeah,
like we can't let this shit happen no more. Especially when you know that you had him. Especially when you know that you had him at home up 17 or 14, whatever it was. We let that game go. We let them off the hook for that one. They finished. What did they finish? 10-6, 10-7 this year. 11-5, 11-6.
I think 11-6. Yeah, 11-6.
There was a point.
We were their last loss, Big Mike. We were their last loss.
We were their last loss, and we take that Kansas City game. We don't lose a game 3-0. We're looking at the winning that division. We're not that far away, and Maxx Crosby knows that, and piss us off even more. Schedule us for week 1. I want to see the fireworks. I want to see the ring ceremony. And even as a fan, man, us as fans, we got to be pissed off. They just passed us up for Super Bowls. Yeah. We got 3, they got 4 now. So as Raider fans, we got to be pissed off. I don't even like Kansas City Chiefs fans now. Like, bro, I'm pissed off. Like,
cool too. That's the thing. Some of them are cool. Like,
some of them are cool, but
I hate them
at this point, bro. Like,
I see that red, and I don't want to talk to you no more.
Yeah, man. Right. Like, enough's enough, man. Like, us as Raider fans, we got to be pissed off. And if you do go to the game, man, you got to show that you're pissed off.
Got to.
I think AP's bringing Allegiant Stadium, and I think I said this to Sean. Salute to Sean Johnson, wherever he at. But I said this, and I think AP and this Raiders team is going to bring that rowdiness that Oakland had in the Coliseum to Allegiant Stadium. And I'm like, could you imagine the atmosphere in Allegiant Stadium, the rowdiness that we've been all missing as Raider fans.
All been missing.
I think they're going to bring that. And because that's the worst thing that the opponents can ask for. You're asking us to go to Allegiant Stadium where these fans are pissed off. This team is pissed off. Bro, like, hey, I don't care because we whooping your ass on this field, whether you like it or not.
That's a fact. Facts. That's a fact. And honestly, I think we're building something. And again, we're talking about free agency, and of course we got to talk about Christian Wilkins. But one thing I love about him, man, is just he's basically what Maxx is, but in the inside. I mean, we talking about a endless motor, man.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, and again, I showed this the other day on my other show, man. But again, I want to just show you how insane this is, man. Just look at my boy Wilkins right there on the 35-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Renfro gets a catch. 35 yards later, he walks the dude down.
Bro, you know what that is, right? That's a give a F mentality.
That's what I'm saying.
Defense is played with effort. You don't have to be the most skilled, but you gotta care, bro. And that guy cares.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talent in the NFL, and the difference between the people who stay in the NFL and don't stay in the NFL is that give a F mentality, bro. Exactly. That's basically what it is. Exactly. And he shows that. He's at a high level. He's got a motor just like Maxx Crosby.
Yeah, so true. And the thing is, the olden days, Al Davis would pay these guys, overpay them, and these guys would have their bag, and they would no longer give that effort. I don't see that in this guy. I see this guy still hungry. I mean, he's a maniac. You could just tell listening to him. He's a maniac, man. What did he say? I'm a sick, twisted individual in his presser, man. Yeah. I love everything about the dude, man.
And you want your defensive players to play with ill intent.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the type of players you want on defense.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's how I feel. I'm just so excited to see them two together because they're going to feed off of each other. They're going to they're going to be crazy. They're going to be crazy, and and like that particular video reminds me of people that used to play ball back in the day. Like there was like a drill that like whoever had the football on offense, every single person on defense had to go touch that person.
11 hats to the ball, man.
11 hats, everyone. Even if you have to wait for the big lineman to hurry up and touch the guy, that's how it was, man. It's like that's just in you, man. I don't even think you can teach that. That's just in you.
Yeah. And the opposite, man. I mean, the whole other side was, hey, you're not seeing the field where I came from. If you're not running to that ball, you're not seeing the field.
Not seeing the field.
Mm-hmm. So,
what I love is Chris. We seen that though last year with this defense. That when the ball got passed out to the running back or to the wide receiver, you seen black jerseys just surrounding the ball like in a flash. And Wilkins is going to be another part of that.
No, I agree. I agree 1,000%. And it's a mentality. And again, I appreciate everything that our previous, quarterback, Derek Carr did. But, I think once he left, I think Maxx took the, burden of being the leader. And now the team is taking his image. They're no longer the nice guys. They're okay with being the assholes. And that we accept it. It goes back to what Madden said, like, yeah, we're dirty. What you going to do about it?
Right.
I said, if you're going to call a penalty on us, hey, might as well play dirty then. You're going to call a penalty for some BS as they've been doing. Hey, okay, you want to call roughing the passer because I tapped Mahomes' helmet? All right, wait till when I get to him, what I'm going to do now.
Yep.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I agree. And just speaking about, again, with Wilkins, man, again, his play is one thing. I think we all love his play. We all understand how well he can play. But just one thing, from his presser, I know a lot of us saw the presser, different things he said we liked, but this is what really stuck out to me. I want to see what you guys think about this. This is what really got me fired up. Can y'all hear that?
No,
that's a little low for me, bro.
A little low. Okay. All right, well, never mind. I'm gonna have to fix the audio on that. But basically, that was just a video of him saying that what he's most excited about is spending time with Tyreek Wilson. You know, just because he understands how it was being a rookie. He understands because he said he had kind of a slow rookie year himself. So, you know, not only and plus, I think just listening to him, he didn't have a me mentality. He was like, man, I'm ready to build with the guys, you know, and to me, that's what it's all about, man. If we get a cohesive front four, it's gonna be a problem. Cause where's Mahomes gonna step up to? He can't step into no pocket when you got a maniac like that.
That's your worst fear as a quarterback is if you can't step up, because then you just go down to the ground and pray you don't get hurt or fumble.
I'm excited, man. I mean, the problem with Tyree Wilson last year, I know besides his injury, to me, he seemed like he was playing timid, and especially at the beginning of the season. Towards the end, he stepped up a lot, but at the beginning, he seemed like he was playing timid, and maybe that was attributed to his foot injury. But we did see that he has the ability to move in the 3 technique, the 5 if he wanted to, come off the edge. Yeah. Like, this is a really versatile dude. And the fact that we got Malcolm Kuntz as well to, you know, be our edge, we can put Tyree Wilson in the 1, the 3. Like, he's a guy that you can move around. He's got the length and he's got the strength to move around on that defensive line. And if he gets with Wilkins, man, that could be dangerous. We could be talking about Tyree Wilson being that dog. So I'm excited.
For sure. And I think one thing about him, you know, he was just so raw last year. Like, he literally he really just depended on that bull rush. Imagine if he gets that hand-to-hand combat that Maxx learns, you know, and
just
that
imagine
Wilkins has.
Just imagine a club and rip.
Right.
From that reach.
Something simple, you know,
that's that club coming from way down, bro.
all you gotta do is push Mahomes a little bit to Tyree, and he's just gonna grab him.
Yeah.
It's just like that guy got length.
Man, it'll be ridiculous.
Pause if necessary.
Hey, it is what it is, bro.
It's definitely necessary. It's definitely necessary.
Man.
We are not ending this week off with these pause-worthy stuff. So nah. But no, but for real though, I mean, you know, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem if we and again, you know, this type of energy, because even when we think about Malcolm Kuntz, you know, some of the feedback I remember hearing about how come Kuntz didn't get on the field like during the Gruden era was sometimes he didn't practice well. You know, like he didn't have you know, and Gruden was big about that. So, you know, I think that, you know, you get some guys like him, you know, around Kuntz. I mean, these dudes are going to be maniacs out there, man.
Yeah.
It's going to remind us probably of AP's old defensive line when he had Justin Tuck and
Strahan,
Strahan and all them dudes was crazy.
You know who I'm excited to see is Byron Young.
See, are you excited about him?
I mean, I want to see his development. You know, we didn't see him last year, and you know it takes time, right? Like it's going to take time. I'm hoping that we see an improvement from him just for depth, right? Like, I'm not expecting him to come out and, you know, take the league by storm or nothing like that. But, you know, seeing him, you know, what you want from a defensive line is, you know, you got 4 dogs punishing. Now you take one of the dogs out, put another dog in, punish, continue to punish. Adam Butler. You know, if we can add Byron Young to that list, that could be dangerous, man. I'm telling you, like, you know, I haven't heard any progress or anything coming from his camp or nothing like that. But if he can continue to develop, if he can develop, we should be all right, man. We should be all right.
Yeah. See, me personally, I'm with you know, I still like Nesta just because Nesta has that dog mentality. He just didn't put it on the field yet, but at least his mentality is right for me. So you know, you know, so I don't know. Man, I want to shout out a couple of my guys, man. The Raider Rundown in the building. Everybody from the Raider Syndicate, man. So the Raider Rundown. I know my boy Turf is up there, the ultimate Raider fan. My boy Leo in the building, man. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate everybody that's in the comments, man. Definitely do. But yeah, so you know, when I think about just, I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. Yeah. So now, if I pivot to the offensive side of the ball, you know, where do we start? Because a year ago we had we had a lot of money on that offensive side.
Yeah.
And they just underperformed. But where do you guys want to go with it now? I know Big Mike, you're talking about the trenches, but Ed, what's your thoughts, man?
And I'm gonna go back to our wide receiver room. And I'm not saying we need to add a wide receiver. I'm just saying we got Devontae, we got Jacoby, we got Trey Tucker, and it's nice having all these toys that we could, throw to Michael Mayer. Who's throwing them the football? Like, it don't matter having a superstar wide receiver. You can't get him the football.
You can't give him the rock. Yeah.
Like Adam, I said with our wide receiver room, where are they dangerous more? Run after catch.
Mhm.
If you give Adams an open field, bye. He kiss him goodbye. Same with Jacoby. We've seen it with Jacoby. He kind of, I didn't think of him as that run after catch type of wide receiver, but
he can move.
He showed it last year. And then, we know what Tucker brings to the table. with that speed, you definitely not catching him in the open space. It's the quarterback. Now, we brought in Gardner Minshew. We got Aiden O'Connell. And I think Scout put this on Instagram that I think he's hearing that we're staying at 13. We're not going to trade up into the top 5. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that. But the offensive line, what quarterback we have, we need that right side fixed. Like I'm really highlighting the right side of our line and maybe a running back too, just to take the pressure off the quarterback. Because you got to have Aiden, you got to have Gardner Minshew, you can have any of these guys coming out of college. But if they got a person coming right into their lap, when they drop back, it don't matter. You can have Tom Brady back there, but if he got a DT in 2 seconds in his lap, these wide receivers are not going to cook. So I would like to address the offensive line, give our quarterbacks, whoever it may be, give them time to throw, get the rock to our superstar receivers, and maybe even whoever we draft in the running back, get maybe Amir involved or even a rookie or Zamir involved in the receiving game. And also in the rushing attack, open up some lanes because that Josh Jacobs wasn't it last season. As Zamir came in, he took off, and look how well when you have a running game, look how well Aiden O'Connell when that pressure's not on him, what he can do. So I would love to see what we can do on the offensive line of the ball.
Yeah, the offense brings me like I'm a little concerned, but I'm also I'm pretty optimistic. Just because Aiden O'Connell, just considering the position he was put in last year, with a limited offense, running a skeleton version of Josh McDaniels' offense,
right?
To where the quarterback is asked to just sit in the pocket. Now, when he was at Purdue, he could move just a little bit more than what we saw Aiden O'Connell do. Now I'm not expecting him to go take off like Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson, but what I'm expecting this time around him is him kind of being a little bit more mobile in that pocket if he is given the starter position. As far as draft goes, first round, we got trenches again, man. You get a top of the line right tackle, then in the mid rounds, we're loaded on as far as the offensive line goes, it's a loaded draft class. We can get like a Cooper Beebe 3rd, 4th round from Kansas State, grab him real quick.
Yeah. And
then in the 2nd round, then we can look for that quarterback that can compete with these other 2 guys, a Spencer Rattler, maybe a Michael Penix if he drops that far down. I would like a JJ McCarthy just because of his age and the ceiling for him. I know a lot of people don't like him just because. And you're from the Midwest, you've
I'm a Michigan fan. I'm a Michigan fan.
So
I am.
There you go. Him. But to me, a lot of people have been saying he's the best quarterback coming out of this draft. That's what people are saying. Now, take it with a grain of salt, right? Like, people just be saying stuff. But if we're going to be looking for a quarterback, it definitely has to be in the 2nd round. It's going to have to be like a Spencer Rattler. Even if we have to, move from the 3rd to the late 2nd to grab the guy, do something like that, keep our 2nd, and do something like that. And then we were talking, I forgot who brought it up. I don't know if you brought it up, but it's the running back who ran that 4.3, Garendo or something like that.
Oh yeah. Farrell brought him up.
Yeah. Farrell brought him up.
I've been doing some research on that dude.
Yeah. That's a guy who has no low tread on the tires,
Yeah.
And you can get him in the later rounds. It'd be a perfect running back too. And it seems like we're going to be using a running back by committee. And
Yeah.
you know, I'm cool with that. One thing I am happy about is that we're doing it from the ground up. You know, we're bringing in young players that are hungry and ready to go, as opposed to spending big money like we did in years past and it not working out. So I do like the direction. I am kind of concerned, but hey, when Aiden O'Connell was good, he was excellent.
When he had protection,
You know,
that boy was killing defenses.
You know, when he had protection, he was great. But then he also went 9 for 30 against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's some highs and lows with him, and I'm hoping that's attributed to the skeleton offense that he had to run all, you know, when he started. So, you know, we got to just stay tuned and see. But I'm going to remain hopeful.
For sure. So how would you guys feel? So if we drafted a quarterback, is your expectation that he will beat Gardner Minshew? Like
Yes.
to beat him? Okay. So
Yes.
from day one, you expect the rookie to start for us?
I think O'Connell's going to be the starter now.
Oh, you think O'Connell will? Okay.
I think I would like O'Connell to start, because here's the thing. And this is maybe just wishful thinking, right? If we bring in a third quarterback and they all three go at it, you're going to want to go with your second round pick because of more investment. You invested more, right?
Yep.
So that might be your first string. But if he's not ready, it could be either Minshew or Aiden O'Connell. But it doesn't make sense to me to put Aiden O'Connell as your third string quarterback, considering that what we've seen from him already. He's not a third string quarterback in this league. Now, is he a starter? I don't know. I don't know. Remains to be seen. We got to see his progression and how he, you know, acclimates to this new offense. But Gardner Minshew just seems like it's the Band-Aid that AP was talking about. That to me just didn't make any sense. But I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. The whole Gardner Minshew pickup didn't make sense to me at all, man. The more I think about it, I'm like, I don't understand why we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'll go ahead, Ed.
Oh, bro, go ahead, bro. This is your show. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I talk all the time. That my supporters get tired of hearing me talk. Go ahead.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate it. I was just saying, I thought they were gonna kind of go like the Brian Hoyer type of route. Not saying re-sign Brian Hoyer, but a quarterback that's not really gonna, you know,
exactly. True veteran.
True veteran can maybe, you know, help develop Aiden O'Connell, help develop that rookie. Not really come in and fight for the starting position, but you know, Garner coming in here saying nothing's promised, but you know, he's just gonna come in here and compete. I'm like, And Big Mike brought up a good point. You draft a rookie quarterback, Aiden O'Connell's likely the guy that's on the outside looking in. He's likely quarterback 3. And after what he had to go through last season, I mean, I get it. This is a business, and we got to keep feelings out of it. Is it a fair thing to not give Aiden O'Connell a shot? And I think that's where I'm at. I'm like, quarterback 3. I mean, that means, was he even given a shot at that point? Like, you got to kind of look at it like that.
Hey, and shout out to Chowder in the chat, man. You remember Aiden O'Connell threw 4 touchdowns against the Chargers. We put up 63 on him. I'm just saying. 4 touchdowns. I mean,
he did his
thing. That team gave up. You know what I mean? But Aiden O'Connell, besides that Chiefs game, considering the situation, like he did decent enough, man. He did decent. He did his thing. He had a winning record at the end of the season, considering all the stuff. He was put feet to fire against the Chargers the first game when Josh McDaniels pretty much set him up to fail.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, and he still, I mean, he threw 3 interceptions, but 2 of those was because of coverage. So, you know, 1 was on him at the end of the game. He still came back and drove us down the field up to the point when we were in the red zone. So, rookie mistakes, it happens, but he's not that terrible quarterback people are making him seem like. Now, do I want him to be my starter? That's not an ideal situation.
Right. Yeah.
But we're in a situation where what other choices do we have? Gardner Minshew, okay, he's a good enough, serviceable quarterback to get you through a window for a season. You know what I mean? Can he be that sustained starter for 17 games? Nobody's done that yet.
Right.
I haven't seen it. You know, he came in relief of Richardson and did okay. You know what I mean? But to give him the keys, like, yes, you are the set quarterback one. Here you go. I don't know if that's responsible. I don't know. I don't like it personally. I'd rather go with my second year guy or a rookie.
People got to realize, don't call me team AOC, because if people watch my lives during the season, I was killing AOC. But it's like I look back and I'm like, even myself, I'm like, bro, I need to take a chill pill last year, because this is what I like. When I look at it, he played like a rookie, but hello, he is a rookie. Other than the guy we had 9 years playing like a rookie when he had 9-10 years experience. That's why I'm like, if Aiden can get better, if I see that this season, I'm with you, Big Mike. I don't want to see him as a starter, but if he is a starter and he's showing progression, then why am I going to be mad at that? And if we're winning football games, why am I going to be mad? I know he went 9 for 21, but we won, and I'm not tripping off that. I am going to trip off 3 interceptions against Miami. I am going to trip off a game-ending interception against the Vikings. Those are the things I'm going to look at and like, okay, Aiden, like, we got to clean that up. But again, you're a rookie. These are things you can clean up with the full offseason, with a head coach that's not going to, like, do we not find it weird that he was not even, like, quarterback 2 during practices? Yeah. So he was working with, like, the bottom of the bottom. Like,
he got QB1 reps the week of the Chargers game, the first game.
That's it. Yeah.
And he got quarterback 1 reps when Josh McDaniels got fired, and they took the whole playbook. And what was our interim OC?
Yeah, Bo Hardegree.
Hardegree was running a skeleton version of that offense.
Yeah. So he couldn't install every. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
It's like we haven't seen enough, but I've seen enough to be like, this dude's not a scrub. Like that, I can say that. You know,
me and another Raider fan, we have this like idea that basically when it comes to rookie quarterbacks, you have 2 to 3 years to get it, and if you don't get it, you out. Yeah. So it's like 10 games, you guys, with Aiden O'Connell. Like 10 games, you guys are really judging a quarterback off of 10 games that you've seen. That he had, not to mention, he had Josh McDaniels who held him back, got fired, given the starting position right away, played pretty nice against the Giants when he was given the keys, had to go against Miami, which he was still slinging the rock, even with 3 interceptions. Still, I can't beat up a guy who wants to win. Because I think that's what I got out of every single week. Aiden's like, I want to go out here. If I throw 5 interceptions, hey, next drive, we're going to go down and score a touchdown. I want to win. And think about this, you guys. With the defense we have, because the knock on Carr was he couldn't score points. And the defense was so bad that we were getting blown out 38-14. With the defense we have now, Aiden's not going to have to do too much. Aiden's not going to have to go out there and score 35, 40 points, putting up 50 burgers. He could score 28 points and we could win because of the defense we have. Because that's all I'm asking. Like, bro, just score 4 touchdowns. Just do that. And we have a good chance at winning. I think there was like a stat out there that if the Raiders scored like 24 points at least, they could have had won 11 or 12 games this season.
Yeah. And real quick, I mean, this is a guy who has the same quarterback coach as Patrick Mahomes. They have the same quarterback coach. Year 1, Patrick Mahomes didn't play either.
Yeah.
He didn't play at all. Aiden O'Connell didn't get that luxury to do so. He was feet to fire, and he had to do what he had to do. So
that's a good point.
The development is also the year before. If he would have came out the year before, people have 1st-round grades on Aiden O'Connell for his quarterbacking ability, for him to process and throw the ball. You know what I mean? People had 1st-round grades. They said that he was better than Kenny Pickett. Well, we can say he's better than Kenny Pickett now, but at that time, it was like, okay, Kenny Pickett was the only 1st-round quarterback that year. Aiden O'Connell would have been picked before him. Like, this is kind of who we're dealing with. He processes well, feet to fire. You don't see any on his face, no pressure, nothing like that. He's even keeled. That's what you want from a quarterback. Now, I'm not saying that he's the greatest quarterback ever, but this is who we're rolling with. And I would rather see him be our starter, the situation we have right now. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that. So I got to push back though. I have to push back just because. So for one, just kind of like what Ed was saying, like because again, I didn't even really want Gardner myself. I didn't want everybody know where I stood on the veteran that I wanted. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I'm not even going to open that can.
Wait, who was it?
I wanted Russ, man. I wanted to pay that. Yeah, I wanted to pay that 1.2 and get Russ. I mean, that's what. But that's water under the bridge, so I'm not going to trip on it. But but Gardner, the thing that I do like about him is he has an attitude of, I'm not coming in here just to hold a clipboard. Now, if I have to hold a clipboard, I'll be the best at it. But he's bringing in the competition, so AOC can't come in. I don't think he would come in comfortable anyway. No. You need that in the. To me, I think you need that in the quarterback room anyway. That mentality. I think just his pure mentality. It reminds me of like that Baker Mayfield. Like he plays with a chip on his shoulder. Yeah. He's always going to be competitive, and that can only make you better. So, like even a rookie, like we might get a rookie, but hey, if you don't come in and beat Gardner, you're not going to play. And I know it doesn't sound good to us fans, but I'm all about competition, man. So
I'll give you that, bro. Because one thing I can say good about Gardner Minshew is whenever he makes the most of his opportunities when he's in. And this is the first time he's given a legit-ish shot to actually be a number one quarterback. Now, you can argue and say,
I might sound crazy, Rich Gannon-esque.
Yeah, exactly. He's gritty. He can process down the field. He can sling the rock. Like, that's what you want from a quarterback. Exactly. You're absolutely right. And he could be comparable to a Brock Purdy. Nobody expected Brock Purdy to come out and do what he's doing, but Brock Purdy plays the quarterback position to its true definition. And that's what Gardner Minshew does. Now, the pieces around him got to be right if he's going to do this. If we're going to do this, the pieces around him got to be correct from offensive line all the way down to running back, 2 running backs. It's got to be perfect. So if we're going to do that, we got to do a little bit more as far as putting talent around him. So I'm not completely it's not, like I said, this is not an ideal situation. I didn't think that we needed Gardner Minshew at all, but we got him. And if we're gonna do this, we gotta do right by him and put that talent around him for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then on the flip side, so one thing, kind of what you were saying, Mike, when I look at what ALC went through. So one of my high school quarterback, he went to the league and he played for the Ravens, Josh Harris back in the day. But he bounced around the teams. But I had a show with him just kind of talking about, just what's it like just being a quarterback trying to move up the depth chart. And he was telling me, man, like I think he was 3rd on the depth chart and I think he was 2nd at one point. But he was saying, like, in them practices, like once you get practices, he said, on team, when it's all like 11 on 11, he said, I might only get 5 reps the whole practice, and 3 of them might be handoffs. So it's like if you're that low on the depth chart, it's hard to even prove yourself anyway.
That's true.
So, so we know that Aiden was kind of like 3rd string early in the season. So to your point, he didn't really get no real reps early in the season. So we did throw him out there. But the thing that bothers me about him is just the intangibles. I won't say intangible, like just his attributes as far as not being able to move, man. That just bothers me. It'd be different if he had like a Dan Marino type arm. And I know a lot of us want to overhype his arm. I think he has a good arm, but it's not great. I don't think he has a good enough arm to overcome his immobility.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
What I'm hoping is that was just a sign of what the offense dictated last year. Now, if you know anything about Josh McDaniels' offense in general,
got to hold that.
Josh McDaniels will be like, stay in the pocket. Like you sitting there like this.
Stand tall.
You know what I mean?
Tall, yeah.
You know what I mean? Stand tall.
Be Tom Brady, basically.
And it doesn't work. It doesn't work for a rookie who may or may not have at least a little bit more ability to scramble when it's time to, But from what it looked like that maybe the game was too fast for him. And a lot of the time he would just kind of run right into a sack and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that he's watching film on himself, watching just film in general, and just learn how to. You don't necessarily have to be somebody who takes off, but step up in the pocket when it's time to sidestep,
exactly.
and then sling it from there. Like, you don't necessarily have to be that guy who's gonna, take off and run for 20 yards, go downfield. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. But I'm hoping that he
Tom
develops
Brady was great at.
offseason.
Tom Brady was great at just that lateral movement, man. Just a couple steps. That's it.
Yep. And that's what I'm hoping he does. That's what I'm hoping he does.
Quarterback dictating the defensive line. Like, that's where you're, because I said the offensive line don't know where you're at. So, like, people blaming the offensive line for an offensive line getting pushed back into the quarterback's lap when he's just standing there. Like, how is that on the? I mean, I get it. They gave up the sack, but they don't see where the quarterback is at. Like, they're just focusing on trying to
on
block
their guy.
So, but the defensive line sees where you're at. Dictate, and sometimes it's weird. It's weird to say, but you got to kind of play running back a little bit. Set your blocks up. Like, it's kind of weird. Like Big Mike said, step up, maybe shift a little bit. And Brady was the best to do at it. You're not gonna see another Brady, but go watch his game, and that's basically what we're looking for. Just a little bit of that. We're not asking him to be a Tom Brady, but just dictate where this defensive line is moving.
Yeah, and also the offensive line, like from offensive line perspective, if you're giving a dude longer than 3.5 seconds, you're doing your job.
You're doing your job. Absolutely.
It's on the quarterback. If he's holding the ball 4 or 5 seconds, like, come on, man, throw it away. If you don't got nobody, throw it away. Live to see another day. Don't stand there and run right into the teeth of the defense. Like, you gotta be a little bit smarter with that ball too. So that's something that I'm looking for. Aiden O'Connell.
I think Hondo brought it up. I don't know if it was Hondo or Tony Romo during the Super Bowl about Brock Purdy or Mahomes, where they know they are better at getting their team to win if they play quarterback first, but they will utilize their legs. Basically, they'll be like, first progression, if it's not there, second progression, not there, nothing's open, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm taking off. Because
I always say, perfect example of that is John Elway. We hate the Broncos, but John Elway didn't even have an ACL, bro.
Yeah.
But he would take off when he had to. You know what I mean?
Big John can move. People forgot Big John can move, man.
Hey, the famous helicopter dive, bro.
Yeah. John can move. I couldn't stand him, but I had to respect him, man. Had to respect him. So, and another thing, because again, I'm trying to talk myself into liking AOC more. Because again,
maybe I am too,
I love him.
Hey,
I'm talking myself into.
I'm gonna be honest. Chris, I'm gonna be honest. Mobility is my biggest knock on him too. So I'm there with you. With you.
So what I will say though, and we kind of talked about it. So I think it's like that inner clock. He has to get used to that because that clock is a lot faster now. But what will help him is practicing with Maxx and Wilkins and Kuntz and them. So he gonna know what 2 seconds feels like. Like, the ball better be going.
Right.
So I don't know. So it's interesting, man. I'm excited to see what we do. There's been some good comments. Where my boy Severe said. My boy Severe said something I wanted to.
My last point on that is also back to Bill Hardegree's offensive. The skeleton, as you said, Big Mike with Josh McDaniels. If you guys watch, and I encourage, if the chat and Raider Nation can get a chance, watch all 22 film. Because
I do it all the time.
Because
it tells
when I watch it, I'm like, I can beat up AOC, but when you send in 2 wide receivers to run routes,
no one's getting open,
what the hell you expect AOC to do?
And you know what that's attributed to? A lack of run game.
Yeah,
you can't run 2 wide receivers and expect success if you're not running the ball.
Yeah,
it's never going to work.
That's why I say, like, people calling AOC trash. That I'm like. It's like, did he have bad games? He did. But did the offense help him by any means? Did the offensive coordinator help him? No, they didn't. Like, you're not – Josh Jacobs running for 2 yards is not going to help you. Sending 2 wide receivers running routes is not going to help you. Like, there is bigger – like, I'm willing to give Aiden O'Connell a shot if this offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, knows what the hell he's doing. If you're sending 4 or 5 receivers out there and Aiden's holding the ball on for 8 seconds – bro, there's 5 receivers out there and you can't get the ball out, like that's when it's like it's a problem.
Yeah,
man.
No, and that's true. And honestly, and I think I have more confidence in Getsy than most. Because again, that whole Bears tenure, it happened. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But what he did in the Packers, and I know it was not like he led the offense that long, but his mindset is a pass game coordinator first. And when he was actually over as the pass game coordinator, Devontae had some of his best years. You know what I'm saying? So like for one thing we have to say about him though, he knows how to get the receivers the ball. DJ Moore had his best season last year. Devontae, when they were together, he had his best season. I know it was with Aaron, but you're scheming your guys open at that point.
Right.
So
I got to do with these guys.
And let's be honest, right? Initially, we had Cliff Kingsbury in the building. Looking at what we know now,
that was going to be a disaster.
It would have been a disaster. So, hey, Getsy, welcome aboard, man. Like at first, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like just looking at how the Bears offense was, but there was some explanation to that. There's a reason why it didn't work out, and let's get him in the building, get him in the right situation, put some right pieces around him, and let's roll with it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think he has the same mindset with AP, and the mindset is, where's number 17? Let's scheme 17 open. How can we get 17 more catches, and not just get him more catches, but get him the ball where he could do damage to the defense.
And plus, I mean, he'll get the tight end involved too.
Yeah.
Like big, you know what I'm saying? Get the other big Mike going. You know what I'm saying? Get Mike Mayer going. That's one thing that
he needed more
McDaniels did, which I was surprised. I think we're all surprised because
tight ends got might as well not even put them on the field because you're not targeting them.
But that's the thing. But that's not even like what McDaniel. I mean, that goes against everything he used to do. That's why I was so shocked. So I don't even know if it was McDaniels or Jimmy. But even Jimmy used to get busy with Kittle.
Him and Kittle him and Kittle were like.
That's what I'm saying. The whole tight end thing just. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to watch more film on Mayer, but there was times that I saw he was open. We just didn't look at him. So I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think I like Michael Mayer. I think he's gonna shock some people, especially likely being tight end 1. I'm hoping we see more of him. And it seemed Aiden and him slowly were kind of getting a little chemistry going together. We'll see how that is if Minshew's to start, like whoever is the quarterback to start. But I really believe you gotta get Baby Gronk some more targets, man. Like see what he can do.
Yeah, but I think under this offense, we're gonna see Michael Mayer highlighted a lot more.
You will.
I would like to see us draft another tight end, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Even in the mid to later rounds, pick up a tight end.
We still got I know we don't got Hooper, but who was the other guy that
we got? I think Horsted fathering him, and then we brought
Horsted.
He wasn't that bad to me. He kind of looked good.
He shocked me in the preseason.
I'm like, who's this dude?
He was nice. He was nice. So maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna go back to what Hondo said. The miracle could be in-house.
Yeah.
When it comes to our homegrown in-house players. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why Tom's not
I think that guy that we're kind of hoping for is Trey Tucker. I think Trey Tucker is going to have one of them breakout years.
Trey going to ball out.
Yeah.
Trey going to ball. Trey's going to ball because people still got to remember that Tay's still going to get double teamed. And Myers is good enough to beat any one-on-one coverage himself. He'll beat any cornerback too. So, you get Trey Tucker out there who is not just fast, but he's learning the whole route tree. That's going to be dangerous, man. And then, then Big Mike work in the middle.
Yep.
Pause. But
not me.
I'm like, where's Big Mike? I'm like, bro, am I going to see Big Mike out there? I'm like, we got Big Mike and tight end in the same conversation. Oh, bro, pause worthy, bro.
Pause worthy for sure.
All right, D-Menace, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah, D-Menace in the building, man. What's going on, man? Yeah, D-Menace, if you can, put their links in there, man, so you guys can definitely check them out. Because if you're not already hip to Big Mike, I don't know what you've been doing, but Raider Ed doing this thing too. And I'm gonna wrap up here in a little bit, but got a couple more questions for y'all though. So what are we doing with the whole Justin Fields rumors? Which I mean, to me, there's a couple ways of thinking about it. A part of me thinks they may hold on to him. I almost think if I was the Bears, I might trade down to like 2 or trade down to 3. Go ahead and keep Justin, mess around and draft Harrison Jr. and then go ahead and use that 9th pick and get an offensive lineman. That could get nasty. But anyway, if they do trade him, are you guys interested?
Yeah. I mean here's the thing. Here's the thing.
At this point.
Yeah, here's the thing, man. Like, I thought that maybe we had a chance to move up to 1.
Tough now.
It would be tough, but now it just seems like it just really isn't going to happen.
Yeah,
I know the Vikings are going to be moving up to try to get a guy. They just got a second first round pick.
Yep.
I'm not saying they're going to trade with the Bears, but I can see them moving up to get like I know it's not your guy, but JJ McCarthy, his stock is rising. I can see them going and get like a guy like JJ McCarthy.
You talking about us get him or the Vikings?
No, the Vikings.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
I hope they do.
Yeah. But for us, a lot of teams are going to want to move up to those top spots. And I think the Bears, they messed themselves up as far as market goes. They are pretty much stuck with Justin Fields.
Yeah, because you're going to get peanuts from him at this point.
With him.
Yeah.
And then that might not be necessarily, it might be a blessing in disguise, because if they were trying to get Caleb Williams to me has bust written all over it.
Soft,
right. And Justin Fields, say what you want, he hasn't really gotten a situation to where he's been in some continuity. The whole Getsy project, the whole thing that went with that, it didn't work out. But now he's got a receiver there. He's got 2 receivers. So now it's like, okay, maybe we give this guy another year and see what's up. Bring in another guy like Marvin Harrison, or trade that number 1 pick.
Yeah.
To move back just a little bit, get an offensive line, and then use that number 9 to bring in with somebody who can legit like compete with Justin Fields, like a Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy,
right? Something
like that. You know what I mean? They can use that number 9 to grab a quarterback to compete with Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think the Commanders are going to get Caleb Williams. I think it has Caleb Williams written all over that whole situation over there in Washington.
Oh yeah, that's what's his name's boy. You know he wants him.
Yeah. So, but if the Bears do stay there, I don't see them getting like a Jaden Daniels, because then that's like Justin Fields all over again, basically. Similar skill set. Jaden Daniels probably. Well, we said that Justin Fields had a good arm. People were really like raving about his arm when him coming out.
Yeah.
Similar skill set. To be honest with you, Justin Fields is a lot bigger than him, but similar skill set.
And he was a Heisman candidate too. I mean, people forget, Justin was a Heisman candidate.
So are they going to run that twice? Are they going to do that again? Like, to me, that doesn't seem like it makes any sense.
Yeah.
To me, the Bears aren't going to stay at number 1. And who's going to move up for that? I have no idea. Maybe they do swap number 2 and number 1.
I'm about to say Washington might, just because I think they figure they have to get Caleb. So just to make sure they can, I think that might be the move.
Yep. And then if they do move to 2, then it gets real interesting, because I don't see them getting Jaden Daniels. I don't see them getting Drake May. Drake May's stock is dropping. So do they go with Marvin Harrison Jr. at 2 and shock everybody? Everybody's got Marvin Harrison Jr. locked at number 4 with the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know, man. I think he could end up with the Bears.
It makes sense. I mean, imagine having to defend DJ, Marvin Harrison, and Keenan Allen. That's crazy.
Yeah.
With the tight end.
Bro, I totally forgot about DJ Moore, bro. Like, I forgot about DJ, like, and Keenan Allen.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine they got them 3. They got Cole, the tight end, and then they got Swift. You mess
Yeah.
around and use that number 9 pick, get the best offensive tackle available, and then use them resting them picks to get your defense together. That could be a 2-year turnaround for the Bears, maybe a 1-year turnaround.
Yeah, and I said Chicago's never done it right. But go ahead, Big Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, but to clear it up, I don't think that he's a good fit with the Raiders. I don't think it's a good fit. Justin Fields. I don't think he's a good. No, I don't think he's a good fit with us.
Because him and Getsy already failed.
It's already failed. It's already, you know. Now people are like, oh well, you know, that was a whole, you know, they give reasons for why it didn't work out, and it wasn't necessarily on Getsy. Okay, cool, but it wasn't working before that either, you know. So I don't think it's a fit. I don't want to run that again. But the one thing that's the upside about that is you're only paying him not that much if you do get him via trade, you know. So you got a 1-year situation. If it don't work out, you can let him walk.
Right.
So that is like almost like okay, it didn't work out. Thank you for your services. Now we're looking for somebody else, or maybe Aiden O'Connell or whoever is developed after that 1 year and see what we got and with Aiden O'Connell in year 3. So it's not, it's like I said, it's not the ideal situation, but it works contractually, it works money-wise. And if it does work out, then, you know, cool. But if it doesn't, we can let him walk the following year.
And plus, you know, and again, if we do get him, like in my biggest thing, one of the biggest reasons I wanted Russ, it gives us a chance to address other positions of need with them first few draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Like let us go get the best. Because I'm sorry, man. I don't know if I really want to go to war with Thayer Mumford week 1, man. You know, and I ain't got nothing against him because he showed, you know, a little promise when he, you know, had them a couple games, but I just don't know, especially if AOC's back there. It's like I just don't know, man. It's like I'd rather try to get the best couple guys in their position in the trenches, man. So that's kind of where I'm at.
That's what I'm at too.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. If I had to prioritize who I wanted at 13, I'm going right tackle. I'm getting a JC Latham. I'm getting a Fuaga. I'm getting a Fashanu. I'm getting one of those guys, you know, one of those 3.
Day one. I can start day one.
Day one starter, you know. I'm rolling with that. And now you got what's his name? Thayer Munford. He can be a swing tackle. He can play left and right. So in case we need him, we can throw him in wherever we need him if somebody gets down. My thing is we need a guard on the right side.
Bad.
We need one like right now, you know. Right. So that's my big concern. But I'm going trenches number 13 overall. If we're staying at 13, I'm going trenches.
Got to. What's the guard draft market look like? I know we talk all about the tight ends. I know Big Mike, you pay attention to the trenches, but what's the guards looking like?
You know what? I don't know, but I would say that in the mid to late round, like those mid rounds, like a Cooper Beebe. That's my guy from Kansas State, man. That's somebody that I've been looking at since the beginning of this whole process, man. That would be somebody that I would like to pick up. That's like kind of my number one guy. You can pick him up maybe 3rd round, maybe 4th round.
Yeah. When it comes to the guards, he's the 2nd best guard out there. And what's crazy is that and considering with the offensive line, I mean, they got Cooper Beebe second round in the late because everyone, when it comes to the offensive line, it's all tackles. Like that's what's
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
Yeah.
Like so you could. So I agree with Big Mike. I mean, Cooper Beebe. I mean, if that guard is scary, hey, I'm high on Cooper Beebe. First time I seen tape on him, I'm like, yo, like that dude's a monster in the middle. Put him and get a future right tackle. You might have a really, really great offensive line for years to come.
The great part about getting an interior lineman is you can go 5th, 6th round and still find something special.
Exactly.
You know, these guys from 1 to 7 rounds, like they're plug and play ready to go.
Yeah,
trenches are built different. you know,
so they are. And the thing, and usually the good thing about most interior linemen, they can usually play, you know, both guards and sometimes center as well. You know, if they have, you know, some flexibility like Parham did. But keep your eye out for Zach Zinter, man, from Michigan.
Yep,
that's
that
my guy.
Yep.
I'm telling if he wouldn't have got hurt, man, he would have been talked about because he was a team captain for Michigan. And people forget Michigan had one of the best offensive line. We had one of the best run games. I mean, they used to just maul people. And he got hurt right before the Ohio State Buckeye game. And you could just tell how the team looked at him. Like he was just a true leader. I think if he can get healthy, I'm not sure where he's at with his development as far as that goes. So I'm not sure if someone that would be ready by camp or not. But I'll keep my eye on him because that he's a dog. For one, he's mean, he's tough. He can move a little bit. So I would love to see him.
Yeah, definitely, man. Our biggest mistake from last year is letting McClendon Curtis walk.
Yeah, where's he at now? He's
with the Seahawks.
Is he on the active squad?
He might be. They picked him up, put him on the active squad. But hey, if he somehow makes that practice squad again, we need to scoop.
Yeah,
because he should have never left. He should have never left us, and we should have put him on the 53 from the beginning.
Yeah. I wonder if Dalton Wagner, I know he's a little tall and long, but I wonder if he can slide inside, but probably not. He's probably
not. That dude's too. He's like
6'9". Dude, he's like 6'8", 6'9".
The dude.
Just measurables, he's a tackle.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he would his pad level would be terrible.
You better off putting Thayer Munford at guard.
Yeah.
Because he's played guard before Ohio State.
Yeah.
So,
So I mean,
that's something to consider.
Yeah.
But we still need depth. At the end of the day, we still need to bring in some dudes.
Right. No, that's for sure. Man, I appreciate everybody that's in the chat, man. There's so many I ain't had the chance to shout everybody out, man. But let me see who we got.
They have a good conversation up in there.
Yeah, they are. They're on it, man. Got Snoop Hernandez in the building. Got Super Omicron. Got Daniel Unfazed. Everybody in the building, man. Edgar in the building. Got Eli, man. I appreciate all you guys. Got Watts Raider in the building, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out to Charles Washington, man. He makes a good point. Like, we can also get guys UDFA.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what McClendon was.
Yeah, we did the same thing. So, hey, why not? Why not? There's always that. We always got to keep that in mind that's a possibility. We still got, Polamalu. He was a UDFA. We got Masterson, UDFA. Yeah, they're still on the squad to this day. So,
that's a fact.
We can bring in a guy who's ready to go, and he was under the radar. People didn't give him enough looks, and he can do damage at that guard position.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see, got my boy Jason, Raider Nation Jason, Papa T in the building. Got my boy the Sportsman, appreciate it. Sienna in the building. I appreciate all you guys, man. Got Holly Tanner in the building. I appreciate you. Got my boy Rick in the building. So I appreciate all the love, man. I appreciate you guys being patient while I was having technical difficulties. I'm blaming Mike though, man. I'm blaming him. Every time he around, man. But yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap it up, man. But I want to again give you guys a chance to kind of let everybody know where they can find you, and hopefully D-Menace or Leo, man, if you guys can put their info in the chat, man, just so we can go check them out, because again, both of these men got fire platforms, man. I respect both of them very highly. I could talk ball with them all day, man, but I know it's Friday, so I don't want to take all y'all's time, man. But Big Ed, man, go ahead and tell everybody, where they can find you and what all you got going on.
Hey, man, you guys can find me and my Primo Nate at Raiders Primos on Instagram, on X, on YouTube. We got a couple shows lined up for tomorrow in the morning and at night. So subscribe, hit that bell so you guys are not missing it. We did put a live show yesterday. It was just me basically continuing the conversation of the free agency. So if you guys like what you see, go watch it. You guys like what you see, go subscribe, go hit the like, go hit the bell. So again, you guys are not late to the shows tomorrow. But yes, Raiders Primos on Instagram, on X, on YouTube. You like everything Raiders? That's where you want to be.
Yeah, appreciate that, boss. My man, Big Mike, man, go ahead and tell him the business, man.
Yep, you can find me at Big Mike Raider. You can do a search on YouTube, Big Mike Raider, at Big Mike Raider on X. at Big Mike Raider on IG. And yeah, man, we're gonna get things going. Looking forward to doing a 30 for 30 again. We did it last year.
There we go.
Put it on the map. Kind of put me on the map. Got like, man, I got a lot of support from that. A lot of good feedback. And if you guys remember that, man, hey, thanks in advance. And thank you for supporting me from the beginning, man. But we're gonna run that again. And Chris, bro, thanks for having me again, man. It's been fun, man. We got to do this a lot more. Like I said, it's been way overdue, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Especially once we get closer to draft time, man. Let's chop it up. Maybe we can do something after the draft, man. So I really appreciate all you guys, man.
Thank you, Chris, for having me on too, man.
Oh, no problem, man. It's nothing, man. I just love talking ball with people that really enjoy the X's and O's of it, who understand it. Sometimes you talk to some fans that just talk emotionally about it, and you can only talk so much to them, man. Sometimes, it's refreshing to really talk the details of it, man. So I really appreciate that. Salute to Ana Diaz in the building, man. She's a member, so thank you, longtime member. So thank you so much, Ana, man. I appreciate you stopping by as always and showing support. Just real quick before I leave, as you guys know, man, I have my show on Wednesday. It's the Spicy Shield Talk with my girl, Spicy Raider Girl. That shows is sponsored by Woodson Whiskey, so definitely check us out for that.
Nice.
Then I have this show every Friday, Fan Talk Friday, and then Sunday I got my show with my brothers, the Raider Syndicate. Shout out to TRS, man. We a movement. We're next up, man. So we have that show every Sunday called Syndicate Sunday. So shout out again to my boy Raider Rundown, my boy Leo, aka Cheeto Linus, and also my boy Turf, the Ultimate Raider fan. So appreciate that if you guys check us out. And also make sure you guys hit not only subscribe, but make sure you hit the notification bell, because sometimes I'll go live randomly. I got a couple big shows coming up. Actually I got a show Monday with Sanjit. So we'll be able to talk. Sanjit. Yeah, Sanjit's a good dude, man. So we're gonna talk some ball, man. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I come on, man. So again, I appreciate every last one of y'all. Shield Squad was in the building. You guys was talking that talk in the chat. I'm sorry I couldn't get to more comments, man. But when you got Big Mike and Ed in the building, man, you got to give them that focus, man. But I appreciate that, man. So everybody that stopped through, man. So again, as I always say, man, players and coaches come and go, but we must always protect the shield. You guys take care. Be safe. I love y'all. Good night, everybody. Be safe, y'all.